how does Tiger Lily Foundation collaborate with healthcare professionals, researchers, and well, you answered the researchers,
How don't we?
to advance
Um,
breast cancer
we
research and improve patient outcomes?
One of the cool things we do is that we are heavily involved in partnership. I love partnership. I mean, so when you look, I'm a Christian, so there's something in the Bible. I keep forgetting the verse, but the Bible talks about how there's one body, and we all are part of that one body. Maybe one person's the eye, one's the nose, one's the brain, one's the hand, one's the feet, one's the heart. So like if we come together with our unique gifts and talents and strengths, that's how you create unity. You can't do it alone. And so we work with national organization or global and national and local and college local community and colleges, small breast cancer groups, national breast cancer groups. We partner with some of the largest NCI designated centers in the country. We partner with healthcare systems and smaller hospitals and doctors' offices. We partner with nurse oncologists as well. We partner with policymakers. So we do this, and the cool thing is we do it with our patient advocates. So we believe in the power of one. So we educate the women through our angel advocacy program, and they're taught everything from advocacy to policy, to clinical trials, biomarker testing, disease subtypes, science, research, policy, all the things that are anything impacting the patient's lifestyle, right? And then now they're equipped to go out there and do the work with policy activation on a national and state level. They're equipped to work with scientists and researchers. They're equipped to go to conferences and do abstracts and speak. They could be on an ad board. They could be part of a healthcare system's research projects or the community outreach projects. So it's not just like I'm the one doing the work. We have a whole team of women that we've trained this across all the time. We have rolling cohorts. As they're getting trained, they're getting put out there to work. And they want to make a difference as well. That's the beauty of it. So we just do a lot of engagement and collaboration, and we pride ourselves on everything we do. Like we don't have one thing that we do in our org is not engaging a partner. So anything we do has an advocacy is one of our check boxes. Community engagement as well, health equity, partnerships, and then we look at what makes impact. Because what I always say this, there's people talking about breast cancer awareness, and it drives me freaking batty. You can be aware all you want and not know how to act, how to advocate, and how to create change. And when you build awareness, how does that awareness tie to impact? And so people do all these fundraisers, all these activities, but what is it making a difference in? Who's the money going to? How's it going to change what you want to change? So all that we do, we always think about before we start this program, who should be involved in the co-curation of it? And what is the end goal going to be? How can I measure impact? What does that impact mean? And is it going to equate to better access, better adherence, patient empowerment, right? Better inclusion in clinical trials, people understanding, having a better level of health equity in or health literacy rather in what they're doing. So long answer to a short question. We do a lot with partnerships, and that's kind of part of our core values as well.
Do you want to address any misconceptions or myths surrounding clinical trials that you did discuss a few earlier, and early breast cancer detection that you want to clarify? Is there anything you want to clear up?
Yeah, I think people think that people who are in trials are dying, and that is true. It's been for a long time an end of life or potentially like stage 4 option. But you can get involved in trials at any stage of your life, anytime, whether even if you have cancer or not. The trials for different things. So like you can be a healthy person that wants to be in the trial. Trials are also voluntary. You can get in if you want and get out if you want. Um, Trials are also um, they're safe, right? People don't get placebos anymore. They get standard of care, and they get the newer option, the trial option. So that's important to know. And there's protection around trials. No one's going to take into a room and get experimented on and get, abused during a trial. There are many things in place to protect you physical safety and emotional safety. And people who are in a trial are being often trained in terms of like how to talk to a patient, what to say to a patient, how to be more empathetic, how to listen more, make this, and even the spaces, we're talking to people right now, some people, some partners in biotech and pharma who are helping to think about what does a space look like when you go into a room for a trial? Because people are more accustomed to treatment, but when it comes to trials, they're scared. So what should the space look like? How should the person feel coming to a trial? What to ask them? Um, and so also making the trial process less complicated. I've looked at in the past a protocol form or an informed consent form, and I'm like, what the hell? Like, even I can't understand this BS. It's too long and complicated. So helping companies make it like, I want to understand, okay, I'm doing this, that, and that, and this is why I'm doing it. This is what your rules are. This is what I want. So it's making it more, breaking it down to layman's terms. And so I think that trials, people should understand trials are really about, again, um, they're about, about life, and that they're not scary. We had a patient recently talk about her experience, and she said she got better care in the trial than she got before being in the trial because you're being more closely watched in a trial. And so being a trial is actually sometimes even more supportive than when you're in a treatment option. You're getting advanced care, more touch points, people taking care of you. You're getting it offered if you need transportation, financial assistance, maybe meals and other things. So there's a lot more hand-holding, a lot more touch points, and a lot more oversight than if you were not in a trial as well. So it's not what people think it is. It's not what it used to be either. And there's been so much work done to change the past. And so I think the fear around trials, it is normal, it's natural, but it's no longer an issue, right? Because you can't legally hurt a patient in trial, and you just there's no space for that now. People are watching all the time. People like myself in my organization and many other orgs are watching as well. And so being in a trial should not be a thing that terrifies you, but inspires you to be able to think about it, how can I extend my life or someone else's?
You brought up patient empowerment. First of all, can you as a patient go around your doctor to participate in a clinical trial, or do you still need your doctor's help to enroll? And the reason I ask,
What doctor? I
well, I
mean, so
mean, either your primary care doctor, whoever the doctor is that you see, or your oncologist, whoever the doctor is, whoever your touch point is, at your time of diagnosis. And the reason I asked that question is because you talked about how you had to basically barrel through to get the screenings that you needed to get to your diagnosis. And so I worry about women who don't feel empowered to do that. And there are a lot of doctors, unfortunately, today that still don't get it. And that's part of your work. They look at younger women and they say, don't be ridiculous. There's no way you could have cancer at your age. Like, they don't get that it's happening younger and it's much
and
more
that is actually
prevalent.
more aggressive.
Right, exactly. And so I wonder, if I'm a young woman and I, has just been diagnosed, am I able to go around my doctor who might not be as supportive as I would like to get into participate in a clinical trial?
I would say no. You don't go around a doctor. I would say fire them. Okay, so fire them. Don't go around them. Just get rid of them. And, before got diagnosed, I went through 3 doctors.
Oh,
I
wow.
missed. Oh, I had to. I had no choice. I mean, um, I the first one almost killed me by pushing me off for almost a year. And then when I finally got diagnosed, then I found another one. He's like, just cut off your breast. What? I mean, that's traumatic just to hear that. And then
Yeah.
another one was just like, yeah, well, you can wait, it's not aggressive. I'm like, it's triple negative breast
Cancer.
cancer. It's cancer and it's the worst kind you can have. So, and I tell women the doctor you pick, you're putting your life in that person's hands. You gotta trust that they're gonna fight for you. They're gonna, well, first of all, listen to you, fight for you, advocate with you, be there with you, potentially your whole life. And so the doctor I picked, I'll tell you a quick story. I hope you have time. But
I do.
when I found the one that I picked, you know what happened? I went to her office and I was like, I've been seeing all these doctors. I was so frustrated. I was so scared. And I put the gown on, went into the office, and they said she'll come in shortly. And I sat there in the chair and I had my knees up to my chin. I was like sitting there, just I was shaking. I was so scared. And she walks in and she's like, "Hey, bud." And I was like, "Hi." And then she said, she pulled her chair next to my chair, and I was sitting with my hands like this under my, like around my knees. And she just said, "Take a deep breath." And I was like this, and I kept breathing until my breath was calm. And
Mhm.
she said, "Give me your hands." And I didn't want to, I just wanted to hold myself. You want to hold. And she said, "Give me your hands." And then I gave her my hands. And she said, "I got you. Okay. I got you, and I'll take care of you." And she kept talking to me. I don't know I forget what she said. It's been years now, but she kept talking to me in her voice and the eye contact. And she was like knee to knee with me.
Mm.
And I remember when she stopped talking, my feet were on the ground, the sun was setting, and I was breathing and I was laughing. That's who you want to hire. May not be the same experience as the laughter or holding your hand, but you want to feel like I'm safe with this doctor, that they understand that the care they're going to give me is what they would give to their mother or their child. And she gave me her cell number and said, "Whenever you want to talk to me or need me or you're scared, just text me." And literally, I texted her last month, and she gave me a text me back. Look, so she never stopped being that kind of doctor, right? Because it's cancer's a lifetime of it doesn't stop when you're done with treatment. So I tell women, find a doctor that you really, really trust. If you have one that's not offering you clinical trials or just kind of blowing you off, thank you and deuces. Okay. I'll see you next lifetime and find somebody else. And then doctors out there who will listen to you. And so people are afraid to fire a doctor that think they're gonna harm me in some way, or tell other doctors, or I have only one option. And for many Black women or women who are not even Black, just underrepresented, maybe a community where there's only one doctor, right? And so
Right.
where do you go? And so one of the things we try and do is when women call and say, "There's no other doctor here. What do I do?" We help them find other doctors and other options to get to those doctors. But don't be afraid to fire the doctors and that is not working for you, to find one that will work for you and help you to save your life.
I like that. Fire your doctor.
Fire and hire somebody else. Peace out. Like just tell them peace out. Bye. Done.
Exactly.
See ya.
That's perfect.
You have to be the CEO of your health, you know?
Yeah.
Um, it's like some hospitals are like you have the people who are the inmates running the asylum. They're the inmates, they're crazy, and they're like, "Okay, I'm running the asylum." They think that they know everything, and they don't. And so you have to be aware that, okay, am I an inmate in the asylum, or am I going to be by one of the people that are, like you got to be able to like say, "I have to leave this environment, doesn't work for me," and then go where it does work for you. And when you find a doctor that works for you, you will know because you can breathe. I've had a patient recently that I talked to who was seeing doctors, and she said, "Well, the doctor saying all the right things, but she's just so cold, doesn't look at me, doesn't touch me, doesn't ask me questions." And I said, "Do you want to put your life in that person's hands? You're metastatic, okay? You have stage 4 breast cancer. Do you want to trust her to think about you? Like, or just like come in and check the boxes and leave?" But she does all the right things. I said, "Well, she does." I'm not saying to fire her. I'm saying that you can look for other options and find one that can also like tell you like, "Here's what you should be doing, all the right things that will look you in the eye and ask you how you're doing, if you're comfortable, how are your kids, what do you need?" And then, just they will give you that warm bedside manner, that human behavior. And so I said, don't fire her yet if you're scared. I'm not saying do that now. I'm saying that keep going, but let's find other people. So I gave her like 4 other doctors to talk to, and she found one that she liked, and she picked, and she said, "Maimah, thank you. They're wonderful. I love her. I'm so happy now." That's what you want.
Are there any specific clinical trials or research initiatives for breast cancer that Tigerlily Foundation is currently involved in supporting right now?
There's so many. I'm happy to share a future date via email. There are
Oh,
many
okay.
of them. We work with many different companies on different trials. We have so many that we're working with people on, so I couldn't list them all right now. Our current campaign that was with GSK,
Uh-huh.
Living Legacy campaign, but again, it's more about education, not promoting. Because to me, if people understand, they're going to ask, "What do I do next?" Right? But so the Living Legacy campaign is really about education and advocacy and understanding and building trust. So we have that campaign going on right now, but we have other people that we're working with on clinical trial work. There's many of them. Um, most importantly for me though too is that people understand that what clinical trials are and to ask for them. We know that people don't often offer Black women clinical trials and Black men. They just don't ask. They don't offer that. They think we're not going to adhere to them, either enroll or adhere. So they just don't ask us. So I tell everybody I meet, you have to ask about clinical trials. You have to ask about clinical trials, biomarker testing, and about ways to overcome barriers to being in a treatment or a trial, to know how to navigate and stay in that treatment or a trial. And so, but with it, I'm happy to send you links on different trials we're working on right now as well.
Fantastic. And what advice would you have for patients and for young people in early breast cancer detection and early prostate cancer detection?
Whatever cancer you have, whether it's breast cancer, prostate cancer, cervical, leukemia, whatever you have, any heart disease, like know your body. You're the only person that knows their body more than anybody else, more than any doctor. Know your body, know when to speak up and when to act. And your health is the most important thing in this world. I have people that I've met who died or got an advanced disease because they kind of put their health on the back burner. They're too busy to take care of their health. They couldn't go get their screening. They don't have any time, or they didn't have any money, but they're at the Beyonce concert, okay, with their hair done, lashes done. Like, excuse me? Um, you, Beyonce, the whole outfit costs like $2,000 plus your airfare and your hotel, $3,000 to add. Okay, so like I was in Houston for an event recently, and we had a clinical trial, a GS for the campaign. We had a listening session in Houston, and one of the girls that came said, "My friend can't make it. She was going to come, but she's at the Beyonce concert." And I said, "She can't make it to come, but she's at Beyonce. Beyonce starts in 3 hours. She's getting her hair, nails, makeup, eyelashes done." I said, "Have you guys gotten mammography done? Your screenings?" Well, she doesn't work right now. She's just doing like part-time jobs here and there. So the person who was working a part-time job, who doesn't have any consistent income, has saved money, okay, to get the hair done, eyelashes, makeup. I'm sure she's all contoured out, all of that, waist trainers, and she's fleeked out, face beat, and she flew from another city to come to the concert. So the hotel is involved, but she
Wow.
can't afford a mammogram. And so I tell people, like, it makes no sense to me. So forgot the question you asked me, but it's just so important to like put your body first, put your health
The
first.
question was advice. Put
My
your body.
advice is put yourself first. Everything else comes afterwards. And open your phone, take your phone out, put a reminder to get your pap smear, your mammogram, your to take care of your mental health, to get your eyes checked, to get your heart checked, to do all the things that are important. And then everything else comes, like, you schedule brunch with your friend, brunches or dinners, schedule your healthcare appointments as well. And pass it on to your family. Talk to your mother about her health history. Why did your aunt die of cancer or die of whatever, when you were 5? Like, is there a history of cancer or other thing in your family, right? And then pass it on to your children. Because the worst thing is just passing on a house or money and not the legacy of better healthcare. So talk to your children about, healthcare, about their bodies, their breasts, their girl parts, talk to your sons about their parts as well. Make it a part of the family conversation. My mom would have dinner, she'd cook dinner, and we talk about school and fun things and whatever that was important to us. And she's like, "Okay, let's talk about," she just bring up health topics over dinner. It wasn't a thing after a while, right? So make it part for the course that health is wealth, and that you are the CEO of your health ultimately.
Beautiful words, Maimah. Maimah
It's
Karmo.
my honor and blessing. Thanks for having me.
It's my honor. Thank you for speaking with us today. These are jewels that you dropped here, jewels.
It's my pleasure. And you're lovely as well. Thank you.